Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now in today's episode we have our Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. Now the first leg will be at home, second leg away from home, and the whole season sort of comes down to this. So before we go any further, we'll quickly review the fixtures since we last met. 3 games to talk about. We beat Southampton in the semi-final of the FA Cup 5-1, which means we are in the final of the FA Cup. Hat-trick for Villette, 1 for Slough, 1 for Velasquez, securing the victory. And we then moved on to a home tie against Liverpool in the Premier League, which we won 6-0. 1 goal for Jose Luis, 4 for Lincoln, and 1 for Mateo Rios, securing it for us. And in the final game before the Real Madrid game, we played Watford, where we actually were getting beat at one point. 62nd minutes in, Benjamin scored for them, and it made a very nervous half, and I sort of made a lot of tactical changes. Younger Blout scored in the 75th. We got the winner in the 88th, and we confirmed the win in the 93rd through a Slough goal. And this match confirmed that we will be Premier League champions. So this is how the table looks at the minute. 7 points clear from Manchester United in second. So we have won the league. That is now secure. 125 goal difference is absolutely insane. We have the top 3 goal scorers in the league, the top 3 average ratings in the league, and 2 of the 3 in terms of assists. And if you look at the FA Cup, we will be playing West Brom in the final, so I will bring you that further down the line. But we've got a match against Real Madrid to play, and this is what the season's about. The FA Cup is all well and good as long with the Premier League, but that is not what we are about right now. We need, dare I say it, we need to win the Champions League. The squad we've got, the players we've got in the backup positions, the players we've got out on loan who will be good enough for most teams at the top of the game. We owe it to ourselves now to win the Champions League this season. Pickford in goal, Pfeiffer, Luis and Rios as centre-back, Rickson and Milagres as our wing-backs, Esparza and Phil Foden in the centre with Luis Enrique Arans, Lincoln and Abdullah Slough up front. We'll have Younger Blout, Michael Altans, Kieran Tierney, Matteo Guendouzi, Roman Velasquez, Tobias Van Est and Villette on the bench. Let's have a look, see what sort of system they're playing. They are, of course, playing the 4-5-1. Vignato, our old boy, is starting on the right midfield. We need to be very careful of him. They actually signed Fabio Almeida from Tottenham Hotspur in the summer, I believe it was. Yeah, and he's performing really well since he's moved there. 51 million was a bit of a steal. Julian Brandt in the central of midfield. That's a very interesting choice. I feel like he might be the weak link there. We'll have a look at some of the other players. Thiago Augusto, very talented centre-half, but not as good as ours. Pepe, left-back. Is he as good as Milagres? Debatable. Probably not. Benjamin Pavard, of course, is a real player. 31-year-old now. Right-back. Very, very slow. Predrag Rajkovic, of course, is in goal. Our old boy. We sold him for 50 million many moons ago, and he's been the Real Madrid #1 since then. And the star man, Kylian Mbappe, still as good as he always is. He's an absolutely fantastic player. Probably one of the best players in the world at this point. But we've got the better team. We do. We've got the better team. It's whether, to be honest, this all comes down to whether I'm good enough at Football Manager to whether we'll win the league or not. Because if we don't win the league, it's not because I haven't got good enough players. It's because the system's just not right. But we'll kick off against Real Madrid. We are shooting from right to left. We need a good performance in the first leg. We are at home, so we need something to go back to. If it's a draw, we're going to really struggle to get through the rest of this competition. But we'll pick up the highlight here. Esparza in the centre finds Milagres on the left of Ranz's back post. Rickson's there. We'll make it 1-0 6 minutes in. Come on, boys. Come on. As we can see, it's a simple free kick from Mateo Rios. Esparza spots the run of Milagres on the left-hand side. And then he plays it in the back post. Arans is there, but it's nodded on. Well, it's claiming that Arans nodded it on. So if he meant it, that's absolutely fantastic. Rickson with a goal. Another highlight now, 9 minutes in. Esparza to Arans. It's cleared. And can Mbappe get it away? He can. Finds Paul Pogba. Pogba's dilly-dallying on the ball here. He tries to clear and he does it successfully. I thought we might have caught that. Almeida, he's got a lot of men to beat, so he passes it out to Vignato on the right-hand side. We all know he's very good. Julian Brandt now goes down the right-hand side. He gets the ball in the box. Mbappe is there. Oh my God, I thought that would have been in. Mbappe takes the corner. Milagres clears only as far as Mbappe. Milagres gets the challenge in. Well done, boy. The highlights are just non-stop right now. 12 minutes in, Paul Pogba's got the ball in the centre. He finds Pepe on the left-hand side. He beats his man, gets the ball in, and Pickford can claim. We'll get the latest scores up there on the left-hand side. As we come forward with Slow, Reykjavik with a big save. Corner to be taken by Milagres. He gets the ball in. Matrios is there. Oh my God. Now Real Madrid can break. Vignato's got the ball high up the pitch, but Phil Foden with wasn't an excellent challenge, but he stopped him. Mbappe with a free kick now. Vignato's on the edge. Is he going to take the strike? No. Rixon's going to get the challenge in. We've got a 3-on-2 here right now. Luis Enrique runs bursting forward. Slow's back post. He's got to finish. And he does. He makes it 2-0 Sunderland. An absolute calamity by the Real Madrid. By the whole team. They were far too pushed up. Rixon, as you can see, a 3-on-2. Iran switches the ball excellently. Doesn't slow down the pace, which would have killed the attack. Slow puts it in back post. Reykjavik can do nothing about it. 2-0 up. 8 minutes in, there's another highlight, and Iran's can burst forward. Tries to find Lincoln. Slow gets in because the defender, he should be burying that one-on-one with the keeper. Highlight now, Phil Foden finds Slow. Lincoln, Iran's has got all the space in the world if he can find it, but he slows it down a bit too much. Reykjavik clears only as far as Pfeiffer. Excellent first time pass to Milagres on the left-hand side. He gets the ball in. Lincoln's there. He heads it in front post. We are 3-0 up and we are cruising. Pfeiffer here with an excellent first time ball out to the left hand side of Milagres. He gets the ball in the box front post. Lincoln's there just to nod it on. The keeper a bit dodgy there, but I'll take it. Highlight straight from kick off. Paul Pogba's now got it to Mbappe on the left hand side. He's got the overlap, but Rixon can get in and challenge. Esparza now driving forward, finds Lincoln. He's got Slough in a pocket of space on the left hand side. He get the ball back post. Rans is there. He should be putting that away. I'm going to get Phil Foden off at half time. He's on a yellow card. And I'm really scared of going down to 10 men. Vignato now gives the ball away to Milagres and he sets Lincoln away. He's in behind the defence. That's a really tough angle. He's not going to... He needed to be a bit less selfish and spot the run of Varans on the back post, but we're 3-0 up. Oscar Pfeiffer's picked up an injury. We've got Younger Blout on the bench, so it's not that big of a deal, but if he's injured for the second leg, that'll be... Or even for longer than that, that'll be terrible. He's our best central defender by a mile. Lincoln now's got the ball. Gets challenged though, and Mbappe can clear it up. And Real Madrid can maybe break it with Vignato, Asensio. Mbappe made the run, but Rixon cut it out. Luis Enrique Ran's got Lincoln and Slough beating the defence for pace. Slough, what a finish that would have been. This first half took about half an hour in real time, by the way. There's that many highlights. Vignato now to Almeida up front. We all know he's a talented player. Julian Brandt gives the ball away though to Esparza, and Slough tries to find Lincoln. And now have we pushed up too much? Mbappe to Pogba to Brandt. They've got a lot of men forward, but Jose Luis cuts it out. But again, it comes back to them. Paul Pogba now, he's got a lot of space on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Mbappe cuts in, finds Pepe in. He could read a book before he gets this ball. And Asensio, Jesus, he should be putting that away. And that's going to be that for half-time. Sunderland 3, Real Madrid 0. Everything's coming up Millhouse right now. But it could all change. It could all change in the second half. If they get a couple of goals, suddenly it's not so good of a result. But we're going to get Phil Foden off for Matteo Guendouzi. Just to rule out any chance of a second yellow card for Phil Foden, really. First highlight of the second half comes 70 minutes in. Julian Brandt gets dispossessed by Guendouzi, but it falls back to Paul Pogba, to Asensio, to Brandt, to Almeida. He's going to take the strike. Mbappe has now got the beating of Milagres. Dembele's back post. Moussa Dembele comes on and gets himself a goal. Some good intricate play by Real Madrid here. Almeida, a good pass to Mbappe. It was an excellent first touch. Gives Dembele the opportunity to get in back post. Making it 3-1. Highlight straight from kick-off. To be honest with you, if I could just take the game to finish now, I would take it. Rixon, though, down this right-hand side, gets the ball in. Lincoln's there, gets his head on it. And how has Reykjavik not saved that? He's onside. 4-1. I'll take it now. Full time. Blow the whistle, ref. Rixon, with all the space in the world here, looks like he gets past his man. I don't know who it is has come on for Pepe at left back, but Rixon gets past him, and Lincoln with a head on. The keeper should be saving that, but I'm not going to complain. He's only our former keeper. Milagres has picked up a knock. We're going to get him off for Kieran Tierney for this last 18 minutes. Let's hope there's no more injuries. Slough now with the ball on the left-hand side. Esparza finds Lincoln. Guendouzi now picks up the loose ball. Tierney's there. He finds Iran's in the box. Hits the post. 5-1 would have been nice. Corner very late on. Rixon plays it in. 88 minutes. But Lincoln picks it up after a clearance from the Real Madrid defence. Rixon's in the box. Finds Lincoln. Finds Iran. Some intricate play in the box. But Real Madrid get the ball through Mbappe. And we all know he can be an issue. The ball's played all the way back to Reykjavik. And it looks like it's just going to be a big kick up and we can pick up possession again. But Esparza gives it to Dembele. Now they're coming forward. Jose Luis cuts it out. Keep calm now, boys. Rickson to Arans. He's got the run from Lincoln. He tries to find him, but Uberman can't cut it out. Kieran Tierney now has got a pot of space on the left-hand side. If he can get the ball in the box, he can. Lincoln's there. He makes it 5-1. And surely that means we're in the final now. A good ball by Esparza with his left foot down the left-hand side for Tierney. He's got in behind the right back. And Lincoln is there. Back post. Simple as you like finish. Simple as you like goal. We're doing well, boys. We're doing well. And that's going to be that. 5-1 Sunderland. Absolutely fantastic first result in the first leg. And if you didn't notice and you weren't looking and paying attention, Manchester City and Red Bull Leipzig actually drew in the first leg. So Man City will be pleased with that being away from home. So if things go as expected, we will be playing Man City again in the final. Oscar Pfeiffer's out for 3 weeks. Does that mean he might miss the Champions League final? If we get there, potentially. That would be a really, really big miss. I've got a Premier League game against Southampton before the Real Madrid second leg, so I'll quickly do that. And we played Southampton in the Premier League and we won 6-2. Goal from Coutinho, hat-trick from Villette, a goal from Vanest, and Willie Cole on one of his few starts managed to secure the victory. They did get 2 goals from Christopher Poole and Eddie Griffiths, but it wasn't enough, and we secured the 3 points. That leaves the table looking like this. 7 points clear, still 1 game to go. Manchester United are getting second place. And it looks like the league in terms of the top positions is all confirmed. The only changes that could happen is Liverpool and Chelsea swapping positions potentially. Still a little bit to play for a couple of teams down the bottom, but the Premier League's pretty much done now. And we go into the second leg against Real Madrid. We'll start with Jordan Pickford in goal, Jose Luis, Mateo Rios and Younger Blout in centre-back. Obviously missing the might of Oscar Pfeiffer. 5 to 8 days to recover. He should be back for the final should we get there. Rickson will be right wing back. Milagres will be left wing back. Ricardo Esparza and Phil Foden in the centre, with Luis Enrique Arans, Lincoln and Slough up top. We'll have Althans, Diaz, Tierney, Guendouzi, Tobias Vanest, Villette and Coutinho on the bench. They're starting essentially the same team, but Kovacic comes in for Brandt. And yeah, we'll go 5-1 lead. We're away in Spain. I wouldn't be disappointed if we get beat, as long as we don't get beat too much. So we've kicked off against Real Madrid in the Champions League semis. Let's keep a good close eye on the score between Red Bull Leipzig and Manchester City. Of course, it was 0-0 in their first leg, so whoever wins that wins the tie. Jose Luis gets his nod on, but he can't find the back of the net. Milagres with the corner now. Plays the ball in. Pavard clears only as far as Slough. Milagres gets the ball in again, and Lincoln's there. Makes it 1-0 Sunderland. We are cruising into the final, I think. I think that's it now, right? No more doubts, no more speculation. We are through to the final. Slough plays the ball behind the defence and finds Milagres. Lincoln's there. Nice little scissor kick. Gets the ball in the bottom corner. Highlight straight from kickoff though. Are Real Madrid going to actually put up a fight in the second leg? Pavard finds Kovacic. He must have recovered from an injury because he's really lacking match fitness. Asensio to Almeida. Vignato's got it now. Pavard, can he get the ball in? He can. Mbappe's back post, pulls it back again. But Milagres can clear. Can this be an opportunity for us? Thiago Augusto. Oh, he's already on a yellow. Get him off, ref. Is he down? Are they down to 10 men within 15 minutes? They are. And he's off. Well, if it wasn't confirmed before, I think it's confirmed now. It's going to be very difficult for Real Madrid to compete against 11 men. Rickson now on the ball. Finds Luis Enrique Arans down this right hand side. Can he get the ball in the box? He can. Slow is there. Reykjavik saves. Oh, I was so sure that was a goal. So they're currently... Did they just move Vignato back or what have they done? I'm not too sure what they've done. Arans finds Slow on the left hand side. Can he get the ball in? He can. Lincoln's there. He misses the opportunity. Looks like they've took Vignato off. They haven't brought on a centre half in his place. They haven't changed formation though, which is interesting. Mateo Rios finds Milagres on this left-hand side. Plays it down to Slough through the left flank. Can he get the ball in the box? There's plenty of options. Luis Enrique Arans nods it down to Lincoln. So, you know, you like your players being unselfish when they're not in the greatest position, but one of them should have took the strike there. Phil Foden with a corner. Younger Blout is there, but Reykjavik gets there first. 25 minutes in now. Still no goal in the other match. Slough finds Lincoln in the centre. He's got the options of people on the right-hand side, but he takes the strike. Well over. Phil Foden now in the box. Arans is now back post. Take the strike. Lincoln back to Arans. He's got Rickson. Rickson takes the strike, but Reykjavik saves. Oh, One of our old boys has just give Red Bull Leipzig the lead over Manchester City. That would just be absolutely fantastic if they go through. But Paul Pogba drives forward for Real Madrid. Almeida now, he's got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of bodies he's got to beat. So he goes all the way back to Pavard at right back. Asensio gets dispossessed by Phil Foden. He sets away slow. Got our other two strikers charging into the box. He finds Lincoln near post. It's cleared. Only as far as Lincoln again. If this game finishes 1-0, it'll be an absolute travesty. Esparza now. He's got the ball. Younger bloke. He's got the option of Milagres, but he doesn't find him. Mateo Rios to Rickson. Finds Esparza down the right hand side. Get the ball in. He can. Luis Enrique Ranz is there. Makes it 2-0. Very, very good player from the boys. Rickson on the right hand side finds Esparza down the centre. Luis Enrique Ranz is there. First time. Heads it in. Makes it 2-0. Highlight now. Real Madrid are on the ascendancy now. Paul Pogba takes the strike. And what a goal that was. I, of course, would have been fuming if the scoreline isn't what it is. But Pogba, what a beautiful strike. There's no chance for Jordan Pickford there. Manchester City have equalised through Zivkovic. Slow now down this left-hand side. He's been giving them all sorts of problems all game. He finds Lincoln in the box, who finds Rickson back post. Should have been putting that away. Did I just say that right? Have Real Madrid just moved Mateo Kovacic to centre half? I'm not sure. But our boys are quite fresh. Will not make any sort of changes just now. They've actually moved Alex Grimaldo into centre back and took off Benjamin Pavard. That's what they've done. Slow now down the left hand side. Can he get the ball in? He can. Lincoln's there. Takes the head. Goes just over. Man City have took the lead against Red Bull Leipzig. I don't want to play Man City. Jose Luis finds Asensio. Oh, what a strike that was, and he hits the bar. Real Madrid make their final change, which seems a bit risky considering the injuries that they've had so far in this game. But Mateo Rios couldn't win the header in the box there, so now Real Madrid can break. No, they can't. Esparza now on the ball. Finds Aranz. Challenged by Pepe. Kovacic tries to find Almeida, but it's just a long punt up to nobody. Esparza's got Rickson on this right hand side now. Can he beat his man? He can. He gets the ball in. Lincoln's there. It's flicked on. Phil Foden's on the edge. Milagres plays it back in, but it's cleared. And now Real Madrid have a potential 3-on-3 here. Mbappe, he's got someone back post. He should not be taking the strike in that position. Milagres now, down this left-hand side. Plays a lovely through ball for Luis Enrique Ranz. He gets the ball in. Lincoln's there. He makes it 3-1. 2 goals for Lincoln on the night now. 1 for Ranz. I'm not sure how many assists that is for Ranz now. But Milagres with an absolutely fantastic ball. Absolute thread the needle stuff. Finds Luis Enrique Ranz. Gets the ball in front post. Reykjavik can do nothing about it. And bet you he's wishing he still played for us. You whinge and get. Right, 66 minutes in now. We'll make 2 changes. We'll get Milagres and Rickson off for our 2 deputies. Esparza now finds Luis Enrique Ranz in a pocket of space on the right hand side. If that was that a cross? A shot? I think the commentary suggested it was a cross. Slough now's got the ball on the left hand side. He beats his man absolutely fantastically. He's got the pace. Gets the ball in. Lincoln's there. Could have had his hat-trick. Can you see the sort of changes they're making here? The team is all over the place. Kovacic says it's a centre-back now. But now it's changed again. Grimaldo's left back. Oh, they've changed formation. Oh, that's it. It's full time. 3-1 Sunderland on the night. 8-2 on aggregate. Absolutely fantastic. We're through to the final, boys. Now, I didn't see the final score in the Red Bull Leipzig game. It finished 4-2 on the night. Pinamonti getting them a hat-trick, completing it late on. Oh, there was a point where on the 82nd minute, Red Bull Leipzig had equalised to make it 2-2 and they could have been going through. Ahmed Said was sold him to Red Bull Leipzig in the summer and he got the opening goal. But it is going to be Manchester City in the Champions League final again. So an incredibly comfortable win over Real Madrid in the Champions League semis. But we face our nemesis, Manchester City, in the final, as we have done in previous 2 seasons, once in the semis, once in the final, and they have defeated us both times. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you enjoy my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.